Just look around you. The recent findings of science and the progress of science are inescapable. It will do you no good to hide your head in the sand and insist on literalist readings of time-bound texts.
You seem to have an exaggerated confidence in scientific findings. In the realm of origins, there is no objective science which contradicts the Torah as interpreted by the sages of our tradition.
Surely you must be joking. There are thousands of research facilities all over the globe, staffed by tens of thousands of trained and qualified scientists, all of whom agree on the following unfortunate facts.
And what are those facts?
That the universe is billions of years old, and life emerged gradually from fish to amphibians to reptiles to mammals to man. No educated person will take you seriously when you say these things are not proven.
Most of these same scientists also believe that there is no God and soul, and no afterlife, no prophecy, no miracles, and no divine providence and justice. No educated person will take you seriously either. So why care about who will take you seriously? Why not just care about the truth?
There is no reason for an educated person to deny the existence of God, the soul, and an afterlife. There is no evidence against their existence, and it is a matter of belief.
But if that's the case, why do so many trained, qualified scientists around the globe claim that their knowledge of science leads them to conclude that there is no prophecy, no miracles, and no divine providence or justice?
These scientists are atheists not because of their knowledge of science, but because of their philosophy of life, which they bring to their study of science.
So if they bring their philosophy into their study of science, how can a religious person rely on them at all?
Because we, as intelligent, sophisticated believers, are capable of accepting their scientific investigations but can dismiss their philosophical conclusions. We can impose our own religious philosophy upon the findings of science.
But how can you, as a layman, distinguish between their scientific findings and their philosophic conclusions? Surely the scientists themselves make no such distinctions. They in fact consider the evidence to be conclusive in supporting their atheistic beliefs. How can you dispute their scientific expertise?
We need to be critical about what scientists claim to be evidence-based conclusions and what are philosophic conclusions, but skillfully camouflaged as evidence-based. We cannot let the atheistic scientists do our thinking for us.
Well, I am in full agreement. I propose we do the very same thing for the age of the universe and evolution. If you would only be truly critical about what scientists claim to be evidence-based and what is philosophical, instead of caring so much about what secularly educated people think.
This is ludicrous. There is no comparison. Origin theories have been repeatedly confirmed by predictions and careful experiments. The scientific method has been rigorously applied to biology and paleontology, and the result has always been evolution.
I'm afraid you've been drinking too much of the primordial Kool-Aid. Number 1, the experiments are only capable of proving microevolution. Number 2, the predictions are about where fossils will be found but not if they evolved from previous creatures. Number 3, and most importantly, the scientific method only has validity when it is resolving a question about probable material causes. It has no validity when it tries to resolve questions of a metaphysical nature.
I have no idea what you are talking about. These scientists are properly using the scientific method by confirming their scientific hypothesis about life's origins. It's as simple as that.
Let me explain. The conflict between evolution and special divine creation is identical to the question of miracles. Do you think science is capable of disproving the possibility of a divine miracle as a cause for a physical event? They simply do not allow a supernatural force to be enlisted as a valid scientific explanation. There is no evidence against supernatural forces, and there is no evidence against special creation. It is just a materialist bias.
But you must understand, we only invoke the belief in supernatural miracles when we have no theological alternative. Judaism rests on the belief in the possibility of miracles. But in the specific case of the creation story of Genesis, there is no objection to evolution on theological grounds, as long as you acknowledge that God was behind the process.
But you are evading the question. Is there, or is there not, any validity for science to claim that miracles do not take place? Is the claim that life was not created, but must have evolved naturally, a truly scientific claim?
I see. Well, to be continued.